when you start in corrections in
Yeah.
'85, how old are you?
I'm 25.
25.
Yeah.
What type of correctional facility are you in?
It was a level 4. I mean, back then it was a level 3, level 4. They had told me initially that I was going to go to the level 4 back then.
Mm-hmm.
It was at Tehachapi State Prison.
Mm-hmm.
They were going to build what they call a level 4, all lockdown prison, and they were hiring new guards, correctional officers, to work at this prison. So I get hired to go to Tehachapi while I'm at the academy. I think it was a 6-week academy in Galt, California. While I'm at the academy, all of a sudden, within 3 weeks of graduating, they say, and by this time, my wife, we have 2 daughters. I She's looking for a house because we lived in Chula Vista. She's looking for a house in Tehachapi. We didn't even know where Tehachapi was at the time, but in Bakersfield. So she's looking for a house, and she's calling me every week. I'm calling her, hey, so did you find some? Well, I found some apartments. Dude, we didn't know anybody there. So she's looking, and then 3 weeks before I graduate, they say, listen, Tehachapi is an opening. We're sending you somewhere else. And I go, where? I mean, it's not just me. I'm moving my family, right? So they wanted me to go either to Tracy, because I had done my OJT, on the job training there. I think we did 3 or 4 days there. Tracy. And then that's another long story. I run into some people that I knew from New Life there, and which was okay, but it was very interesting. So, and then they offer me San Luis Obispo. Dude, Tracy's in the middle of nowhere. Literally, San Luis Obispo, you got the Pacific Ocean there. It's
Beautiful.
beautiful. So I call my wife. I go, Tracy, it's a lot of hardcore. I think I would really enjoy, because I knew the Emmett was there, the ABs, everybody. I go, or San Luis Obispo. She goes, the ocean. Goes, do it for me. And I go, okay. So I ended up going to San Luis Obispo. And in San Luis Obispo, it was a level 3, but we had a lot of level 4s. It was a PC joint, a protective custody institution.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where they had the Manson killers, not Charles Manson, but they had Tex Watson. They had a lot of police officers that had been arrested. You had Mexican Mafia, Nuestra Familia, Aryan Brotherhood, rapists, child molesters. They could walk the main line there. That was the only PC, protective custody institution, in the state of California.
Hmm.
So when somebody, for example, at Folsom, they found out he was a child molester, after they got stabbed or they got away not getting stabbed, they would send him to San Luis Obispo. So that prison, I mean, they were all there, all the worst of the worst.
Did you deal with any famous people at that
You
prison?
know what? I probably did. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
I talked to. I mean, I don't know what do you call famous? I mean,
Well,
somebody.
I mean, you said like
Yeah.
Tex Watson.
Yeah,
Did you?
Tex Watson. I got to know Tex Watson.
Mm-hmm.
I dealt with a lot of famous Mexican mafia members. I
Uh-huh.
mean, Nuestra Familia members. I mean, the guy that killed Cheyenne Cardenas. Those of you that know the story of American Me, the movie American Me. Tiny Contreras. I knew him. He was on my tier. There was a lot of Hell's Angels, a lot of Mongols that were very well known at the time. I dealt with them. Now, I think probably one of the most famous that I ever dealt with, that I actually dealt with him, and when I retired, I literally had lunch with him, Sirhan Sirhan.
Really?
Sirhan Sirhan. The day that I retired for the PD on a Monday. On a Tuesday, because my son, little David, I call him little David, he's 36 years old now, had never been on a ride along. And the day before I retired, I put a uniform back on, and I took him on a ride along with me. And the reason why, I'm going to go forward a little bit just to get on
Sure.
this
Yeah.
story.
Yeah.
I retired, as you could see, I had a knee replacement. I had to retire 1 month. I was that guy that was going to go out on my shield. I was going to walk out. And I literally, for a year and a half on my right knee, I had bone on bone. And you're only supposed to get cortisone shots, 3, maybe 4 a year. Dude, the last 8 months, every 2 weeks, I was going to Tijuana to get a cortisone shot. Not even my team members, I was working narcotics at the time, knew. Sometimes they would give me a ride to the border. Literally, the last probably month, Every 3 days, I was going to Tijuana to get a cortisone shot because I was that prideful guy. Now I look at it as stupidity, but I was that guy that was going to walk out.
Yeah.
So the day I was supposed to retire, February 15th of 2015, but I retired January, I believe it was 5th of 2015. I had to go because I couldn't walk anymore. But I had gone that Sunday to get my last cortisone shot because I was going to walk out. And dude, I don't know what that's going to cause me, but I was that guy, right? And I walked out. But so I put a uniform on the day before, and I took my son. My son is in Spectrum, so God gave me a son that I could protect now. That's Spectrum, and so he went on a ride along with me. I put a uniform. I hadn't put a uniform on in 15 years, and I put a uniform on. He went on a ride along with me, and because he knew that I had worked corrections at Donovan, so I took him to Donovan for a tour of the prison. And dude, like I said, I was barely. I mean, I should have been walking with been on a wheelchair, but I walked it because it was important to my son. Like I said, he's special.
Yeah.
And as we're walking, Sirhan's there, and the correctional officers. One of the officers tells him, because he goes, "Who are those two?" Because and as we're walking, they work for INS. Oh, I need to talk to him. He was eating his lunch. We actually sat down because my son, he looks Arabic. My son, I mean, he looks Arabic, and we actually sat down, and he was telling me he wasn't guilty, but we talked for about 45 minutes.
Wow.
With Sirhan. I mean, what are the chances? And he's
Yeah.
little, like my son. My
Yeah.
son's 5'4", 5'3", and this guy. I mean, we talked. Literally, he was telling me about. I mean, we talked. We had a great conversation. Sirhan. Yeah.